What's up, y'all? It's your girl Salma Slims, and I just jumped off the porch with Dirty Glove Bastard.
Top out Bentley trucks. I ain't capping in this rap, you know what's up. I don't be too friendly.
All right, y'all, we have the beautiful Salma Slim off the porch today. We got to get into the drip. Who are you wearing?
So I'm wearing Pretty Little Thing, head to toe. You know, I got to put on for them because I'm definitely a brand ambassador for them. So, you know, I had to come in with the shit on.
Now, when it comes to being a brand ambassador, I always wonder, like, how do they notice you, basically?
They actually reached out to me on Instagram. Pretty Little Thing, Fashion Nova, Shein, just to name a few. Like, all of those brands, they all reach out to me, like, on Instagram, like, in the DM. I'm like, dang, like, they be finding my page. It's like, after you post one thing, then, like, another brand hits you up, reaches out for you to, like, you know, just promote their brand. And they also told me, like, they called me one day and was like, yo, we have a campaign that we want you to do for our clothing brand or whatever. And it was like a 10-hour shoot, and I walked in, I killed it. They was like, oh, we want you to rap some bars with it too, and just, like, you know, just do your runway shit, period.
No, yeah, and I did see it in your highlight too, the Pretty Little Thing, and I was like, she lit.
Yeah.
Now, I do know that you were originally born in Norfolk, Virginia, and then you moved here when you were younger to Atlanta. But just starting off in Atlanta, what would you say your childhood was like growing up there?
I grew up in an Islamic household, so it was very strict. When I started rapping when I was 16, right? So I was in a girl group, and we caught a wave on Twitter. Like, we put out a freestyle, and it just went viral. Everybody was on our line, like, different labels was calling. And for my family was like, yo, like, music, we didn't come to this country for you to do music. Like, we wanted you to be a doctor, a lawyer, a teacher, something along those lines. So after a while, like, it just kind of got, like, serious with the music. And growing up, like, I had to, like, mold my family into, like, yo, this is what I want to do. I want to be a rapper.
So being that you have been here in Atlanta for so long, how would you describe the progression of the music and the entertainment industry out here?
I feel like Atlanta is, like, the capital, the hub for music, period. Like, honestly, like, a song come out of Atlanta, and then everybody else sound starts switching up. Like, everybody want to be Atlanta. Everybody want to have that record that could play in Atlanta. So, like, just being raised out here, like, for me, like, I was in the clubs, like, young, like, listening to different artists, and then just, like, seeing, like, my top, like, rappers, like T.I. and all of them just, like, go crazy on the trap scene. Like, that really, like, I was like, ooh, like, this city lit.
Wait, so you said you was in the club early, so when did you jump off the porch then?
Well, so, okay, first of all, look, I know I'm on the porch right now, but I'm off the motherfucking runway too. So, period, off the runway, on the porch. Gotta put that in a...
So, you said you were in the clubs early, so basically, what is early?
Like, when I was 16, you know how, like, the teen parties?
Teen
parties in Atlanta, like, the phone parties, all of that. I used to be a promoter. So, like, I used to, like, I used to be in Heartless ENT, and we just used to go, like, to every club, like, all the skating rinks and, like, all of that. So, like, that's what I mean by, like, in the club early.
Oh, so you was a party promoter at 16?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I was lit. I was like, y'all better come to our party tonight because we turning up, phone party, it's lit.
And you know, like, party promoting is, like, the big thing right now to do. So did you ever think that party promoting would get to how it is now?
No, it's, like, way bigger now. Like, we were just playing around, having fun at that time.
And the thing about you that I find really special, after, like, researching you and just seeing a little bit of your background, like, you have knowledge in not only music, but also fashion and entertainment. And I want you to tell me about all of those experiences for you.
Okay, so the fashion, ever since I was, like, young, like, I always had, like, an eye for, like, clothes. Even when I couldn't afford Gucci, Louis, Prada, I would be in the thrift store. Like, I was in the thrift store, like, buying a whole bunch of different looks, like, piecing it together, like, stuff that would probably be, like, 25 cents, like, jeans, like, out the thrift store. I would, like, take them, rip them up, put stitches on them, and do all types of, like, weird stuff. And at the time, everybody thought I was weird. They'd be like, she wearing, like, some weird clothes. And now, like, the fashion scene shifted, and it's like I was just ahead of my time at that time. But now, like, I love putting looks together. I love, like, styling myself for all my music videos. And really putting on that runway shit. Like I be on runways, I be styling people too, helping all my friends like get dressed when it's time to go out, all of that.
So I do have some questions about fashion because, you know, we in a new time right now. But before we get into that, you were the face of Tommy Hilfiger's fashion in 2018.
Yeah.
And with that, how was the experience for you and how did it come about?
Tommy Hilfiger opened a whole lot of doors for me, like in fashion. Like when they called, I was like, yo, what? I was like, wait, me? Like, y'all sure y'all want me? Cause like, I know I'll be rapping, like talking shit, and they brand is like super clean. And they were like, yeah, we want you, we want your look, we want the music, we want all of it. So they flew me to London, and I did the campaign with my homegirl Paloma for it. She was in it too.
I know Paloma.
Yeah, and we just put them looks on, and it had so much fun.
That's so awesome.
And they had me recreate Aaliyah, like her old video where she first put out with Tommy Hilfiger. They had me recreate it, and that look was like very legendary to me because her wearing it, and then I was the only other brown skinned girl that they've ever had recreate that look for their campaign.
And you know, when it comes to modeling, people can be a little ignorant as far as like the diet and the size, but what can you actually eat like as a model to really keep yourself in shape? Or is it like a very strict, like, do you have to be on that strict diet? I eat whatever I want. Like, I don't gain no weight. Like, I just eat whatever I want. I just be falling back on my DNA. Like, what's up? Now I don't gain weight. Really? Oh, wow. You
Salma
lucky
Slims.
girl. Period. And in this new age of modeling, we now have Instagram models. And I feel like that's kind of shifted the standards of what modeling used to be back in the day. But how do you feel about this new age of Instagram models, or how it can conflict with the models that we have today, or like back in the day?
I feel like Instagram models, like they have a way of like making money, and like they know how to like take certain pictures that maybe a model that only do like print or magazine photos can only do. So like the way Instagram models make their money is like day to day, like influencing and taking pictures, you know, finding them spots and like really promoting the clothes. So I feel like it's good for like brands that want to like showcase like what they got and the average person wearing it. So Instagram models like really like portray like the average person wearing clothes. Like, oh, I want to go get that. That's cute.
And do you feel like it's a lot harder to make it as a print model now than it was back then?
Yeah, now it's a lot harder because it's a whole bunch of girls like doing it. And it's a whole bunch of girls on Instagram modeling that want to be models, and all the scouts are online looking. So I think it might be actually a little bit easier.
Really?
Yeah.
So now that we also have rappers on the covers of editorials like Vogue, like Rolling Stone, all of those type of platforms, do you feel like it's somewhat taking away from the art form of modeling?
I feel like it shows both sides. Like, I feel like print and editorial is different from Instagram and like putting on an outfit day to day. Like I could sit here right now and just like take a picture, boom, and then promote this outfit. And somebody might see it and be like, oh, that's cute. I think I'm gonna get that. But then I could see like a big magazine shoot, like with a female rapper, and she's showing something else that the average person can't, like, you know? So I feel like that's like, it's a different world.
What's the craziest situation that you've experienced modeling? Yes.
I don't know if I experienced a crazy situation yet. Maybe just like being stereotyped because I'm not like the polished image. So like sometimes I'm not the right height. Like I'm 5'7", and sometimes like I'll go to like runway shows and stuff, and they have me walk, and they might have me perform at the end, but I'm gonna walk during the show too. And then like all the other girls, like all the other models looking at me like, who the fuck is this bitch? Like, what is she here for? Like, she ain't even 5'8", 5'9", 6 foot, and I'm here I am 5'7", like walking the runways with girls that's 6 foot tall. So like I feel like that's crazy. And they all looking at me side-eyeing me like, how the hell did she get here? Like, it's, you know how long it took them to like probably get that booking or like be able to get on that runway. So that's the craziest.
But I do know that we can catch you in Timmy Lee's brand as well. So what is y'all's dynamic?
Oh, I reached out to him. I seen his clothes on Instagram, girl. I was like, yo, I gotta wear that. Period. I was like, I need that. I want it. Send it to me. And I actually wore one of his outfits on Rolling Loud.
Period.
Yeah, I rocked out too. And the way his clothes are fit, like it's just like so perfect. Like the stitching, everything. And for him to be like underground and like still getting it out the mud, like I support all independent like brands and stuff like that.
You know, I have found with the streetwear brands that low-key, their quality be way better than these designers.
Way better. The quality be so much better than like a high-end designer brand. And that's why I like wearing streetwear stuff too, because streetwear is like more casual, more chill. So like you could catch me in the studio wearing some joggers and some dunks and just like, you know, a crop top and just keep it rocking. And then you could also see me like wearing some heels, like going to a party in some 6-inch heels and just like, you know, rocking out.
I love that. And we can tell by them visuals, girl.
Yeah. Whole lot of runway shit.
Period. Now, how exactly did music come about for you?
Music came about for me when I was 16. I went to, well, actually before that, like my mom used to play a lot of reggae music in the house and a lot of African music. I'm African, so my mom used to just like play all of that in the house. So the beats and like hearing like different melodies and stuff, like my mom was a big fanatic of music, so she would play me like all types of stuff. But it came to a point where like I was in school and like people was rapping at the lunch table and I was like, wait, hold on, I got some. And then I was just playing around rapping, and then somebody took a video and then put it on MySpace and then it went up. Like they was like, yo, like you really got bars, like you really go hard. I was like, for real? All right, bet, I'm gonna do this shit. And then from there, I was in a girl group and we did a cypher, and the cypher went viral. And we was 16. Everybody was like, who is these girls like rapping? Like they rapping hard as fuck, but they only like 16 years old. Like I don't get it. And that was before like the female rap wave was even a thing. So we was like way ahead of our time, like doing that shit before anybody was rapping, any females was rapping.
So being that you stated earlier that you came from a really strict background, when would you say your family finally started supporting you?
I think they started supporting once they seen like we was doing good. Like we was doing shows and performing, and my family seen that like I was really serious about it too, like at the same time. Then they seen that I was good. They were like, dang, like you just be in a room writing raps in your notebook. Then one day, like my teacher called my mom, and my mom was pissed because she was like, yo, your teacher said that you be writing raps like in class and you be like mumbling like on your paper and stuff. Like what are you doing in school? And I was like, I be writing. I'm writing, but it's also poetry to me too, because like I'll be writing like stories and stuff. And then my teacher was like, yo, we pick, you know, like it's not a bad thing because I've actually read her work and it's really good, but we can't be doing this in the class. We can't be doing this in the class.
Wow. So your parents really got the hint once you guys were successful. And being that you started off rapping so early on, what would you say were some lessons that you learned quickly? Like
as a female rapper? Mm-hmm. I just learned like from a young age to just like keep my foot on their necks and don't let up. Just keep going. Like, it's rap. Like, you got bars, you got something to say, like, say that shit. Just keep going.
And what motivated you to really be like, you know what, I'm just gonna go full force with this music stuff?
Full force? Honestly, I feel like maybe like 4 years ago, like I really started taking it serious. Like after my brother MadeinTYO, he had a song called Uber Everywhere and it was going crazy. So he took me on tour with him, and I was just like, I was new to tour. So like I was new to like being on tour and performing. So that molded me, and I was like, getting on stage, like, you know what I'm saying, doing my shit, popping my shit, fans coming up to me every day like, yo, we like you, like we love you, like we want to get your song, like we want to get your CD, like all of that stuff. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna start taking it serious now for real.
I love that. Yeah. And what would you say were some of the biggest sacrifices that you've had to make along the way?
I feel like I lost a lot of friends. Like along the way, but like that's anything. Like, you know, like bitches seeing you do some shit and then they not progressing, but then they see you progressing in your career and they feel some type of way because it's like, damn, she feel like she that bitch, but like they don't want to give you that because they seen you when you was down at the bottom, so they don't want to support it, like being salty. So I lost a lot of friends along the way, but it's like that ain't nothing like that I'm even pressed about.
Really quick to like piggyback off that, I always find that interesting with female friendships.
Yeah,
like
all the time.
It's like some females are not used to seeing you elevate, so it's like they will continue to hold you in this box. And I wouldn't even say females, just like people you thought was always gonna be your friends forever. Yeah. And they're so used to seeing you like a certain type of way, so when you start to elevate, they don't
want to accept it. They're like, nah, because we still here and you there. But it's like, y'all should be supporting at the same time. And maybe I'm going to help you with your shit. Like, the fuck?
And through your journey of pursuing music, what would you say are some of the biggest lessons you learned and are still learning to this day?
I'm learning to be patient. Everybody's time comes, and I just got to be patient and like listen to like people that's, you know, helping me and stuff. I'm a little diva sometimes, but you know, we get through it.
As we all know that Atlanta is like the hub for music and it's growing and growing like every year. But how were you really able to stand out as a female artist?
I feel like ain't nobody like me. Like ain't nobody rapping these bars like me. Ain't nobody got my story. Like I've been doing this. I've been on these stages. I've been putting in work. I'm the underdog. So like I go 2 times harder than a lot of people, and whether you see it or not, eventually like the time gonna come. But patience is like a big thing for me because like I've been doing it and I know everybody got a time, but I just gotta keep putting this music out and killing shit.
How did you eventually know like, damn, okay, it's just time for me to be patient?
Well, I've been in a lot of like different label situations, and I also feel like when you're not ready, like as an artist, I wasn't really ready. Like I was focused on modeling also at the same time. So like when you really ready for something, you gonna feel it, you gonna know it. Like you gonna know when it's your time. But like shooting those videos and like the music videos, like how I be putting them looks together, that's really what separates me from like a lot of people, because I'm just like a creative butterfly. Like I love being hands-on with like all my stuff that I'm working on.
And getting into the industry, how do you feel about the current state of rap?
I feel like we need more girls in rap that's really rapping, like myself, because I really got the bars, I got the look. Bitch, you don't want to see it with me. 10 toes down. And
when it comes to being a woman in this industry, what would you give to another woman who's having a hard time navigating through it?
You gotta have the right team. You gotta have that one person, and it don't gotta be a whole team. You could just have one person that believe in your dream, one person that's gonna push you, and one person that's gonna believe in you, and then that's all you really need, and just keep going and believe in yourself. Don't take validation from nobody else. Like you gotta really know who you are truly and put your foot on their necks and keep going.
And you know, being a woman in the industry, which is very male dominated, how are you able to really hold it together and block out your emotions when it comes to certain things?
Oh, see, I be wearing my heart on my sleeve and shit. Like you could tell when I'm irritated, you could tell when I'm mad. Like you just know, you be like, ooh, something wrong with her. Like she not going for it today. But you, like, honestly, like I'm one of those people that like I try to listen and I work with people, but I don't want to be like the bitch or the asshole all the time. So you just gotta deal with that shit.
And how do you feel when female rappers come out? I feel like everybody presses for them to click up and be friends. And I feel like with you, just observing you, you're really cautious, like a cautious person that doesn't like to be like, get too into the mix. So how do you feel when it comes to females collaborating together?
I love it. I love seeing women collaborate together. I got a lot of collaborations on the way with different female artists too. I ain't gonna say no names yet, but y'all gonna see some.
And what would you like to see of when it comes to the current music state? I know you mentioned earlier that you would like to see more of a variety, but what else would you like to see?
I want to see like more like female. A lot of females be beefing with each other on the low, hating on each other on the low. And this don't even go for like just female rap, like just females in general, like just more women empowerment. I'm all about that, so I want to see that.
Just more of that. And I agree, because I would say right now I am pretty satisfied with how we have a lot of different sounds. Because you know, at first we just had the girl Nikki for a very long time. Yeah. But now we have girls. I
love Nikki.
I love her so. Girl, the pink Crocs.
And she dropping on Friday. I think she dropping on Friday. She posted a picture and said Friday. So hopefully, Nikki, we waiting on you, because baby, my ears been hurting. Drop some shit.
No, and I love Nikki so much. I feel like whether people don't like to say it or not, she's a blueprint for a lot of the sounds that we have right now. Absolutely. For sure. And speaking of sounds, let's get into your sound. Oh my God. So how would you describe it personally?
I feel like I make like music for the boss bitches and for niggas, because like a nigga could play my shit around the city like, okay, she go hard, but then my bitch is gonna really feel what I'm saying, like, you know, because I'm talking about the fashion, I'm talking about the bars, I'm talking about all this shit that we be going through on a daily basis, so yeah.
And what would you say is the message that you would want your fans to grasp after listening to your music?
I just want my girls to feel empowered and feel like a boss. Like, I want you to play my shit when you doing your makeup. I want you to play my shit when you in a car, like on the way to that party. Like, yeah, let me play that Not Friendly, period, because you might beat a bitch, or you might feel like Ennie Minnie. You might feel like you just want to twerk a little bit and pop your shit.
I was looking at your bio and I saw that you had runway rapper shit in there. What exactly is runway rapper shit?
Runway rapper shit is a lifestyle, period. Every time you doing your makeup, every time you getting your hair done, you put that wig on, put them shoes on, get your nails done, that's that runway shit. All day, every day. When you walking into that party, arch your back, pop in, boss status, runway shit. It's just a fly ass lifestyle.
And we did talk about you having features, and I know that you were in Get Along, and it was featured with Rennie Rucci, Mariah Lynn, and Johnny Blaze, the rap girls.
My bitches.
How are you guys all able to come together on that track?
So this producer that we all been working with, Cameron put the song together. He sent me the song with Rennie already on it. He was like, yo, we need you to do the hook. And then after that, Mariah Lynn hopped on it, and then Johnny Blaze hopped on it, and then we just all shot the video and then put it out.
How was it shooting the visual together?
We actually didn't shoot it together. We were all separated, and because everybody's schedule was like all over the place. Like, I couldn't be in Atlanta to shoot the scene with Rennie. Johnny was doing something in New York, and Mariah lived in New York too. So like, we was just like, all right, we just gonna send our parts and then do it that way.
And you recently put out your new single, Ennie Minnie, which is currently charting on Apple Music, so congratulations. Thank you. How did that single come about for you?
I was in the studio in LA. I had just left Atlanta, and then boom, went to LA, got in the studio that one night. It was a last minute studio session too. And I actually had wrote to the beat already that Drumma Boy sent me. Drumma Boy sent me the beat. I wrote to it, and then I actually had like another, my homegirl, Black Frost, who was also another dope ass rapper, songwriter. She sent me something too, like with an idea, and I was like, ooh, that would be fire for the hook. So we just both collaborated on the song and then put it out.
Now, when you were recording this song in the booth, did you think it would turn up like it is now?
No, because it was like punched in, like it was punched in. Like, I wrote some stuff, and then a lot of the parts in the last verse was like written, and it was just like pieced together. But when it came out, that shit was so fire. It was just like a little bob. I was like, oh, this need to be on TikTok. We about to put that shit on TikTok too, so.
You snapped so hard on it. You're so pretty, like, I'm not gonna lie. So when I listened to it, I thought it was gonna be like soft, but you really went the hell in.
Yeah, that's one thing. Like, everybody, like, they be hearing my music, they be like, damn, like, that's her? Like, everybody be like, nah, she's just like a pretty girl, like, rapper, like, pretty girl model. She's just a pretty girl model, but when she rap, she rap hard like a nigga. Like, so people be like, kind of like, wait, what? That's you? Like, they be so shocked. Like, I can't believe that that's you, like, on that song, like, rapping like that. But, like, I have, like, an alter ego. Like, when I be rapping, like, a whole different side of me come out.
Girl,
like the side that I'm really feeling like come out in the music.
Girl, and I saw that because we finna talk about this visual for Ennie Minnie. How did you come up with the concept for that?
So the Ennie Minnie video, I actually co-directed it with G Shots. So I had this idea. It was like the calm me and like the more turned up me. So like if you could see in the video, it's like me like rapping to myself and I'm like going in like this. So it's like the two sides of me. It's like you got the model me and then you got the rap bitch me. So it's like we going against each other.
So speaking of your visual, what I noticed is you really brought that real organic creativity back. And I feel like that has been missing so much when it comes to visuals. I really feel like you're gonna be the one to change it.
Period. I am the one, the only, period, runway rap shit.
And with that being said, what is your perspective on the visuals in this music era?
I feel like the videos is getting more creative now. There's some directors that I really love, like director Daps. He did my Salma Banks video. I don't know if you've seen the Salma Banks video. He really fired. I want to work with like a whole bunch of like creative people. Like sometimes like I be seeing stuff and I be like, ooh, like that's dope. Like I like weird stuff. Like, and I want to incorporate like my little weird quirky side like in my music videos.
I love that. And just like I was observing, I actually watched that all the way through. And I was like, oh my God, I love this so much. Yes. So we have your Salma Banks too. How did you guys come up with that one as well?
Salma Banks came about the AKA Salma Banks. That's like the alter ego. That's another side. So it's like two sides. You got runway rapper, you got AKA Salma Banks. Salma Banks is, bitch, don't play with me. I got my bag right. I got my money right. I got it. So I'm a big dog. Don't ever play with me. That's what that is. So I put that, I shot that video and that was the first time I ever shot a video with dancing and choreography and any of that. So like I was in there like a little two-step doing my shit, had the choreography, but I had to come in and out of it because I was just rapping too hard on set. But it was really fun. I had fun doing that video.
So we have Salma Banks, we got Ennie Minnie that's charting right now. What else can we expect from you this year?
Shows, festivals. My clothing line is on the way. I already put out one merchandise piece. A lot more of that is on the way. I have a cosmetic line that I'm working on right now, and it's probably gonna come out in the next 3 months. I'm just like, I just want it to be very, very right for like everybody. And it's catered to like brown skinned women. So cosmetic line on the way. It's coming.
And before we wrap up, do you have any last words or shout outs?
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Salma Slims, and I'm off the porch, but I'm on the motherfucking runway, period. Y'all can find me at Salma Slims on everything. Get into it.
Look, I don't be too friendly when I meet a bitch. No, I'm from Atlanta, I might beat a bitch. Hey, please stay on my phone if you on bro